Kia ora whānau. I'm Amit. This is Nev. How are you guys? Welcome to our show. Today we're going to discuss our top 3 Arsenal players this season.
So far.
So far.
Yeah.
So far. So man, how you been?
Yeah, not bad. It's been a week without football, which is never, without club football,
Yeah.
which isn't ever a good time.
Football season for us has just started though, eh?
Yeah. Out here in New Zealand, we've just...
Up in Aotearoa. Had our big first game of the season.
Yeah. How'd you go?
Had a 5-0 win, brother. You?
No, I didn't play.
Why not?
Nah, I'm still injured, man.
You need some Arsenal chocolate, bro.
No, so yeah, hope everyone's well. How you been, bro?
Yeah, good, healthy,
Yeah.
busy. Miss watching Arsenal play though.
Yeah. But I mean, shout out to New Zealand who just beat China
Oh yeah.
for the international break.
Let's go put us in the Asian comp. We'll cream them.
Yeah. So, yeah, top 3 Arsenal players so far. It's a very big list of players that have performed this season.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, even when I'm thinking about it, even now, I still haven't decided my... I think I know who my top player is, but the other 2 I'm still kind of debating in my head.
Mm.
So we'll start with you, because I think you have the top 3...
How are we gonna do this? Are we gonna go attack, midfield, defense, or just any 3?
I think any 3, whatever your top 3 is for you this season.
For me.
Yeah, and I'll do the same top 3 for me.
Well, in my head, I thought, I'm gonna go my best attacker, midfielder, and then defender for us.
So that's how you're doing it.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. But you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, attack wise, and this wasn't easy, but I'm gonna go with our boy Saka. You know, he's got 12 goals in the Premier League, 10 assists. He's been different.
He's the first Premier League player of the season to do that, eh? With
Yeah.
Double digits in both.
Double in both. The best thing about him is he's got this X factor, you know, that only world class players have, and you know he's starting to show it this year more. Every year we knew he's got talent, but this year he's showing how his true potential, kind of. So yeah, that's my first pick.
Yeah, and your second and third.
And then my midfield pick, and then we can, I guess, debate these later.
Yeah, do you want to list yours and then I'll list mine,
Yeah.
and then we can go into the debate.
Okay, yeah. So my midfield pick is Odegaard. We'll talk about it later.
So he's your second best player this season?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then my defender and my third best pick is Zinchenko.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so my top 3 player of the season so far for us has been Saka, so same as yours.
Yeah.
With my second and third, I'm going to go Xhaka as my second, and Gabriel as our third centre-back.
Yeah.
Magalhaes.
Magalhaes.
So for me, those are my top 3.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's my top 3 again is attack, midfield, and defense.
So we got a problem because ours are different.
Yeah, our second and third is different. So
you want to talk us through why you chose our boy Xhaka?
yeah, so the second spot for me is Xhaka over anyone else. He's played a lot of minutes. He must be, because I think he's played Europa League. He's played cup games as well as the Premier League.
Yeah.
And when you think that players should have a rest, when Arteta's rested like our centre backs or other midfielders, at times he's rested Partey, at times Partey's been out with injuries or whatever. Xhaka's always playing. He's playing every single... You would think that he's played every single minute of every single game, but he hasn't. And he's been a big part of our consistency and why we're top. Maybe he isn't as eye-catching or stats-wise as effective as Saka or your Martinelli or, you know, your goalkeepers, but man, his consistency in what he brings to the team and how he keeps everything moving for the team.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody else that has done that consistently.
Yeah.
I would have said Odegaard actually, but I think he's just dipped at times, or he's been out of the team when Jack has played.
So what about like Jack has had periods of the season where he hasn't actually we talked about it I guess in a couple of the other podcasts and stuff where he wasn't like at his best either.
You'd say after the World Cup probably.
Yeah. And then like if you compare someone like the guys that are sort of playing in his position, which is like guys like Vieira, obviously he's in and out of the team, but Partey, he's class as well. And
I know. I really struggled between Jack and Partey. He has had a bit of a dip after the World Cup, I know.
Yeah.
But just his leadership, and again, even though he might not have the best performance, he's always helping the team move forward. He's helping the ball move forward. He's helping other teammates out. He's helping defensively. And even through his bad patch, he's still been playing a lot of minutes.
I agree in a way. I agree that he's kind of been consistent. Like he's been a most consistent performer, 100%. But over here we're talking about who's the best. So that's why I chose our boy Odegaard. But I agree. Like he's one of the reasons. Xhaka, is one of the reasons why Arsenal's been so consistent.
Yeah.
Because he's always putting in that performance. He kind of sets the standard because he is one of the oldest players we have, and then also he's a leader. So he's got a lot to say in the dressing room. You can see it. Boys respect him, and he always sets that standard. Everyone else has to either play at his standard or above, and it's a good choice. But I like mine better.
Yeah, no, man. I'm inclined that by the end of the season, after the last 10 games, I might pick Odegaard over Xhaka, but at the moment.
The reason why I chose Odegaard is because he's showing, you're right, there are games where he's not as influential as other games, but the games that he's himself, he runs the show. He's the maestro. Everything, he makes us tick. He's our, I don't know, like how Ozil used to be, And we'll talk about Ozil, I guess, at some point. But, he's different class. He's another world-class player that we have. Like, we've got Saka, we've got Odegaard. We're so lucky to have them both. And some of the things he does on the pitch, man, unreal. We've talked about them.
It is, man. It's magic, bro.
He's magical, and I couldn't just like that stuff. Yeah, you're right. There's all these other good performances, but then when you look at his talent as someone who's showing almost every other week what he's made of, what he's capable of, I had to choose Odegaard, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get that, man. He's got 10 goals, 6 assists.
So he's got end product as well. It's not just someone that's beating people and counting the amount of guys he's making.
Yeah, he's really stepped up in terms of his goals and assists.
Yeah.
And again, compared to Xhaka, Xhaka's only got 4 goals and 5 assists.
But both of them are quite influential too. Like Xhaka's got his own, the way he is, where he goes about things, and then Odegaard, I guess, in the way he plays, and I think the boys respect him for his talent.
Well, I think he's really stepped up a lot. Like Odegaard in the last maybe 3 months has stepped up a lot more than what he was in the first half of the season as well. Whereas Xhaka's kind of just been at that level and been consistent.
Yeah.
The one thing I like about Xhaka is he fills a lot of holes in the team. No, I mean, like,
I know what you mean.
No, I mean, like, if the left back's missing, he'll cover defensively. If we need an outlet, he'll be running forward. Whereas Odegaard's the one that's he gets back and he wins tackles at times, but his role is to be on the ball, right?
Yeah.
To help that part of our play. Whereas Xhaka kind of fills in everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that actually helps the team more than probably what Odegaard does. Which is why I've gone with Xhaka, because if you don't have that, then you don't have everyone else performing.
Yeah.
Because everyone else can perform because you know you have this guy at the back who can fill in everywhere else,
Yeah, true.
as well as assisting with the goals and assists.
But then
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, if you talk about that, yeah, you could argue Partey too because he makes like a big difference in that engine room.
But yeah, I think he's been missing too much
Yeah.
with through injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good good.
Well, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
To have three guys that could have all been selected.
What about your third? Because
Yeah.
we both have centre backs, but two different centre backs.
No, mine's a left back.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
left back and
So I chose Zinchenko.
yeah,
And you chose Gabriel.
yeah.
Do you want to talk us through why you chose our boy?
I think he's played the most minutes this season in our Arsenal team. Him and Ramsdale, I think.
I think he's got the most blocks from an Arsenal player.
Yeah,
in the Premier
yes.
League.
So
He's a wall.
he's a wall. You can't get it past him, and he's just going from strength to strength. And I feel like he's played with Rob Holding as well, and will still come out on top. I think if we had Saliba play with Holding, I think
different.
I think it'll be different. Yeah, I think we wouldn't be as strong defensively,
Mm.
and also because Gabriel plays he plays more than one position. He plays like a 1.5 amount of positions on field because Zinchenko wanders off. Gabriel covers that whole left side by himself, and I think he covers a lot more than what anyone else does. And then his stats are good, and he's just a rock. He's good in the air. He's good in the tackles. He's actually got good recovery pace as well.
And he's good playing out.
Yeah, there's so many times when he's gotten the ball and he drills one to the whoever's playing striker through the lines. It's effective, man. For me, it's Gabriel.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I mean, I play centre back and left back in my club, but so I love watching like defenders. And yeah, he's the best thing about him is he's been consistent as well. Like, he's played all these minutes, and there's a reason why he's played all these minutes. Kind of like Xhaka. He's he is our rock. He's our wall in that defense. Doesn't matter who you put next to him. I think Saliba kind of is a fan favorite at the moment, but
Yeah,
if you look at it as a pairing, they're really good together
yeah, they are.
because they complement each other in different ways. Like Gabriel's the one I think he's got a little bit more pace. Debatable,
It's
but
hard to tell, man.
yeah, they're quite quick.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's the one that has all those recovery tackles. He's the one that goes into the challenges. He's always competing. Saliba's the one who's kind of dropping off, and they kind of work.
I feel like Gabriel's a bit more of a complete defender.
Yeah.
He can do a bit of everything. He's pretty good at everything in the air, recovery pace, the tackles, and he's a hard lad, man.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
But why'd you pick Zinchenko then?
Why? Yeah, because I think the main reason has been his influence on our team. Like this year, if we're looking at the season, yeah, stats wise, he's not the best probably in any department. He's just in the middle, but his influence on the way we play, he we've talked about this earlier. Like he moves into midfield, he kind of becomes that extra number 6. It lets us play out. He's always there on the counters. He's kind of helps like Partey, Xhaka, Xhaka to push on, make those forward runs.
Yeah.
And then he's so influential, like to the crowd, to the players.
Yeah.
Like he's like another coach on the field. So it's like Arteta's playing in the form of Zinchenko. And man, I just love him.
Yeah.
I just love him.
Yeah,
He's so good. We're so lucky we have him.
His influence is big on the pitch and off the pitch. You can tell.
Yeah. So that's the main reason. In my head, Saliba, Gabriel, I could have chosen either of those over Zinchenko. It's just the way, every other match, either one of those is probably up there for man of the match, right? But this guy's, he's not far off. There's games where he hasn't been the best. I agree, but then the games he is influential. Every single game, he's still influential.
He's changed the way we play.
Yeah.
So especially in our build-up play and winning the ball back.
So that's why I've chosen him. He's made the most impact, I think, in the way as a whole team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His influence on the team is bigger. Yeah. Yeah, he's another good shout, but he's another guy who's been missing through injury as well.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, there's probably a good debate that you could even play Xhaka left back, and he could do sort of the same role, come into midfield.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't see a replacement for Gabriel.
yeah, within our squad. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And then like you could argue you could even play like Tierney left back and move Zinchenko into midfield.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
But like I said, when he's playing when we have a full team, he's kept Tierney out. You know, that's not easy. Tierney's like a world class player. He was one of our best players last year.
Yeah, he was.
So that's another thing. Like
Yeah.
Gabriel kind of doesn't have too much competition at the moment. He's our best centre back. So that's why he'll play week in, week out.
Yeah.
But Zinchenko, if he's not playing well, we've got another world class left back waiting. So he's kept them out the whole season. That's another reason why I feel like,
No, man, it's a good shout. So, top three: Saka, Xhaka, and Gabriel for me.
Yeah.
And Saka, Odegaard, and Zinchenko for you. Not bad, man. Well, we got 10 games to go, so I guess we'll sit back and review again.
And eat some chocolate.
I think, we'll sit back and review again after the last 10 games, and hopefully it's changed. I think it will change now that Jesus is back as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, we didn't even talk about Jesus. I mean, Saka, like we didn't really.
We haven't even talked about Martinelli.
Trossard, Martinelli.
Yeah, he's our top goal scorer. Honorable mentions, I guess. Martinelli.
Yeah, I mean, we both
Partey.
chose Saka, so we didn't really argue that. But like, Martinelli's actually scored more goals than Saka, isn't
he? Yeah, he has. Yeah.
So, why did you choose Saka? I guess
Saka's just overall as a complete sort of player, he has more influence in all parts of his game. Whereas Martinelli has a lot of energy, has a lot of speed, but I mean, if it's not going well for him, he doesn't have a different way of playing.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Saka can play with his back to goal. He can play attacking the fullback. He can take one-on-ones. He can handle two people. He can not even take anybody on and just play a passing game. He can give a 1-2 and give and go. Whereas I feel like Martinelli sort of lacks a different way of playing. So
I agree. But do you reckon if Jesus was fit throughout the whole year, then we would be talking about Martinelli and Saka?
Who knows? If buts and maybes, right? Maybe not. Maybe Jesus. I mean, he was phenomenal, but maybe he could have been worn out throughout the season. Maybe he would have lost something.
Boy's a talent, though.
He is. We'll only be able to tell.
Again, another one that's so influential. Like,
yeah.
I thought about him when choosing, but it's just Saka's just been different gravy.
Yeah.
Like, you can't not choose.
We haven't even talked about Ramsdale or Partey as well. So.
Yeah. Or Trossard.
We've had.
I mean, yeah, he's only signed this year, but man's been crazy.
Yeah, man. Like our top three is such a hard debate because you can easily have 8 or 9 players from our team in that debate.
We'll stick to our choices.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyone that's watching, let us know who your top 3 is and if you agree or disagree. Otherwise, take care. Hope everyone is well.
And we're gonna enjoy our chocolate.
Come on, you Gunners.
Let's go.